Cameron Walker is the president and CEO of Green Country Habitat for Humanity and joins us now. Welcome, my friend.
Thank you, Sam. Appreciate you having me.
Really good to have you here. You guys do good work.
Well, thank you. We've got a great team of folks that keep oil in the engine.
And it takes a lot of oil.
It does indeed.
Let's talk a little bit, if we could, about what's coming up, because I know that Rock the House, I'm not real familiar with it, but you've got, was it Van Halen?
Yeah. So Rock the House, we started this about 5 or 6 years ago. We have one rule: if you can still buy a ticket and see the real thing, that's not on our list. So unfortunately, we've kind of got this little bit of a history here where typically artists that have passed away will get a tribute act to come in. We found a lot of success with it. It's a fun idea, and of course,
Yeah, I was going to say, you can't very well bring them in because
exactly. No, but it's it's music that folks know, largely very popular music in its time, and so we've had a lot of success over the last few years with this theme, and so yeah, this year is Van Halen, and our MC, in fact, is a Tina Turner impersonator, so it should be a lot of fun.
Oh wow, that does sound like a fun get together. Is it where's it going to be, at the convention center?
So it'll be at the Cox Convention Business Center on Saturday, October 7th. Doors open at 6 p.m.
That's right around the corner.
It'll be here before we know it.
Any tickets left?
Oh yeah, we've got a few tables left and individual tickets. I think we are sitting around 650 attendees. We'll cap it at 750, so there's not many left, and it'll be a well-attended event.
I can just see the fire marshal over there just, salivating, wanting to get in there and tell them they can't do that.
Yeah.
You guys have got it handled. Habitat for Humanity gained a lot of prominence back when Jimmy Carter jumped on board. Is this one modeled as the one Carter's involved with, or is this one a different type of model? I know you guys have ranked almost in the top tier, top 5.
Yeah, so you're exactly correct. So there's kind of an originalist model of habitat, which we utilize for the first 35 years of our operations. But during the pandemic, things just changed. Supply chains broke down, prices increased significantly, and we also have a real downward pressure on the labor pool for construction trades. So it was just the perfect storm of home building making it hard. And so what we did was we borrowed a page out of the for-profit sector. We still utilize volunteers, but we don't necessarily utilize them to build the house start to finish. We've now brought in volunteers to really help with the pre-production. So they'll build the entire home, all of the walls, in our wall shop, and then we take them out to the construction site and they're assembled by professionals. We utilize a lot of volunteers in our restore operations. We're very fortunate as a nonprofit. We have 5 retail locations. In fact, one of them's here in Claremore, Oklahoma. And through the sales of those stores, we cover over 80% of our overhead through the sales of our stores. So when we're fundraising like at Rock the House, or when we have home sponsors, that money is going directly to the families that we're serving.
So this Van Halen band, if you will help boost things beyond the 80%.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's our one signature fundraising event a year. We don't hold, a lot of nonprofits hold many fundraising events through the year. This is our single event that we hold. So we put a lot of eggs in this basket. And fortunately, we've had a lot of support from the corporate community or philanthropic community, and even from the religious sector that have supported this event. And we've tried our best to make it a fun, enjoyable evening. It's not a lot of speeches. It's more entertaining. It's very fast-paced and a lot of excitement.
That's the way folks like it. You don't just put these houses together and then give them away. You put these houses together and then structure it in such a manner that someone can purchase them, or purchase the house, but in a different way, don't you?
Absolutely. So that's one of the biggest myths about Habitat for Humanity. I would say the reality is our clients have typically worked between 6 up to 18 months in preparation of being ready to buy a home. And a lot of that comes in the form of education. There's a lot of one-on-one counseling through the family's budget. There's a lot of coursework that they do with other clients. And we are now the only HUD-approved homeowner counseling agency in Tulsa. And so everyone that is in need of subsidy to purchase a home, whether that be with down payment assistance, closing cost assistance, they come through our doors, and irrespective if they buy a home from us or find a home on the market, they have to come to us for the education component. So I would argue that our clients, it's not a simple investment. They have to invest a tremendous amount of time, a tremendous amount of energy, and many, many hours in education, and also the sweat equity component. We require volunteerism. We want you to have skin in the game as a client. And so when they get the keys to their home, when a sponsor has helped us build a home, there is no giveaway in that. They are truly buying that home.
I would venture a guess on this, and this I could be totally off base, but it would seem to me that you probably have to counsel many of them, if not all of them, on priority spending.
That's absolutely the case. And in fact, what we like to talk about a lot, just as an example in some of our initial classes, is a cup of coffee. And I'm sure we all have indulged in it. You're on your way to work. I could stop in, buy a $5, $6, $7, $8 cup of coffee, or you could start making coffee at home. Wait till you get the office. And so we start with that little illustration.
Because it adds up.
It does. And so we do the math on an annual basis. But when you start folding in a lot of the wants in life, what we're here to do is help families establish stability through housing. We want them to build equity and wealth over time. And if you want to do that, and if you have a low to moderate income, there are sacrifices you have to make, but the payoff is truly worth it. And so, yes, we work with families that do that, and I can tell you, I do it in my own personal life. I mean, we all make these choices, but when the income is limited, those choices become pretty critical to your ability to own or permanently rent. So we spend a lot of time on that.
Yeah, given that here in Tulsa alone, and I know this is getting to be the case all over the country, here in Tulsa alone, there's a high percentage of students that get their only balanced meal of the day in school. And then they go home and they face resentment, they face, where's my share? And these kids are trying to get an education, just to get through life. You guys are dealing with chicken and egg, or egg and chicken, which comes first? It has to be a matter of choosing wisely. Almost like, I don't know, something out of Star Wars. Is it there? Choose wisely.
Correct. Yes, and in our program, we obviously get the word out about our program, but we don't drag you through our doors. You have to have taken that step on your own. And so I would say that the majority of our clients, by the time they come to us, they have lived enough, whether it be through poor decision, whether it just be through the home situation, any number of variables. By the time they get to us, they're ready for a change. And so we're happy to help facilitate that change.
And you can tell when they're paying attention.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And, we set up so many hurdles that are kind of in the form of education and volunteerism. What we end up seeing is that families that are not quite ready or not serious about it, they deselect out of our program. Because
we're all out of time. I'd love to have you back. In fact, I'd love to come out and see one in progress.
We'd love to host you anytime.
You got that? Well, I'm going to take you up on that.
Please do.
I really would like to see one. Have you back again.
Wonderful.
All right?
Thank you.
We'll talk. We'll be back with, a little bit of the Route 66 Alliance right after this.